In a recent court decision in Detroit, a federal judge by the name of Stephen Murphy III ruled that kids in the United States actually have no right whatsoever to be taught how to read at school. This was the official ruling by a federal judge. You do not have a right to be literate here in the United States. Now, the lawsuit was brought on behalf of the children who had been arguing that they were receiving a substandard education at public schools. Children were not being taught how to read, therefore they could not pass the standardized tests that we have put in place. They couldn't graduate on to the next level. They had no future because the schools were doing such a poor job of teaching them. Most of that, obviously, is because we're underfunding our schools. But nonetheless, this judge said, hey, I understand on a moral thing, yeah, being able to read is certainly important in life, and you'll never be anything if you don't know how to read. But we as a country don't have an obligation to make sure that you can read. Okay, so Judge Stephen Murphy III says that we don't have a fundamental right to teach kids how to read or to learn to read in this country. He admitted that it's morally wrong, so we don't need to talk about that. But let me go ahead and argue with the legality of that, Murphy III, because when you really start to think about it, if you understand the law, which you should but clearly don't, then yeah, we do have an obligation to teach kids how to read. After all, these are kids that go to public school. So where does public school funding come from? It comes from taxpayers. It comes, whether we want it to or not, out of our paychecks. The money to fund schools. We pay it in other taxes as well. We don't have a choice in that. And therefore, because we are forced to pay for this, and because our children are legally forced to go to school, you do have a legal obligation to teach them how to read. That's actually a quite simple argument to make there. I don't know who the lawyer was for the kids, but they absolutely failed them because this should have been a slam dunk argument that any first-year law student could have made. But instead, we find out the sad, sick truth about the United States of America. They don't want to teach you to write. They don't want to teach you how to read. They don't want to teach you how to do anything other than be a subservient, good little factory worker, if you even manage to get that job. They don't want intelligent people in this country, and that's what's even more disturbing. And this judge's ruling proves that. Let's keep them dumb. Keep them out of the loop. Make it to where they can't even read newspapers here in the United States. Because dumb people make the best Republicans. They make the best people to step all over while the powerful elite destroy this country, poison us with their toxic chemicals, and they make all the money. And this judge's ruling just exacerbated that problem like we have never seen in this country.